All right. Hello, everybody. Astro-gravitational report for today. Too many things going on, too many projects. Talking about personally here, it's been like energy on overdrive. It's good because right now the energy is currently it's coming in. That it's coming in the horizon. It's balance. You create these balances in yourself. There's been a lot of going on in the sky, and some other people asking what the heck is going on. What is it? These energies in there. If you actually want those energies, you win against yourself. You got your self improvement from within you. You might not gonna feel those energies. They maybe just comes into you just like a collective energy and bounce all back. God bless your soul. That happening to you. That is a great thing. But today you're gonna see these opposite energies of clarity, deceptions. You're gonna see these energies from within yourself that what should I do, what I have to look, and that is all it points you out. You to have clarifications for yourself, but then it's a coming clarifications with others, and that is a part of growth. You need to understand if you don't grow personally, you can't be able to grow someplace else, even a relationship, work, on a business, name it. So, we have been set. Grande, thank you for coming in. I'm going to be moving you on the side and I am going to be talking to you. I'm going to be talking to you because this is a lot of things that's going on. So is the divine that is connecting with all this that's coming in the sky. All right. So what's cooking? So what's cooking is that if you look within this there in the morning, there's something within the chart that was not right, but is not right or is right. Let's see, what is it? Because what I have here is not what it seems to be. And let's see if that's the old page in there. All right. Maybe my time was off. I had that. But with that being said, clarifications are coming. All right. So talking about it, today the midheaven there at 7 o'clock is going to be in Pisces there. That energies with the sun, it's kind of like you see that clarity of vision, but visions of your lower self that it could be, and that is going to be this power of Neptunizations of losing yourself, maybe within the old ways, the old paths, the old is calling you because it feels more comfortable, more comfort with yourself. But the new energies, which is that is a the moon, that is a together with Uranus, and that is in trine with Pluto, who is retrograde right now. We are reviewing the past of this. What we did? Are we transformed yet? How we were prepared for the transformations that happened beginning of January. How was the things in the world right now, and are we gonna apply what we learned, or we are gonna go back to the old way? And this is why when Pluto is coming back right now, it Capricorn, that is going to be related to everything related to work. Some of you may be going to change professions. Some of you may be jump into a new profession. Some of you maybe reevaluate what you've been doing. But in a personal level, that is it. This self-evaluations of what your inner work was. What is this? And this is what's the power of the retrograde planets and the energy that work within your spirituality, within your psyche from within yourself. But with that being said, there, these energies they are coming in and they are fighting with. This is going to be a Venus and Lilith that it's really opposing Pluto. Thank God that Pluto does not opposing Mars anymore. Kind of like in the masculine, it's a little bit more off their shoulder. But now that heavy weight went into the feminine energies in there. And that energy of Lilith and Venus coming in together, it's squaring Jupiter in the North Node. That is going to be like fight. You fighting for that growth. You want that growth or the growth that you see, the growth that is in there. So, talking about those energies, they are going to be changing in there in the morning. The ascendant is at um, it is at Cancer, and that energy of Cancer is about family. But what is your family for you? It could be a personal family, but as I say that before, we are all family on Earth. How's your family? How the situations and so on. End up talking into a lot of cab or taxi drivers today about this, and all I'm hearing is the same thing. Even the family doesn't recognize themselves anymore. Why? Because the value. But no, that's not the real reason. It is about that you have to grow personally and not to be referring to what's going on within the family. Every one of this society has to pay attention within themselves and how they're going to fit within the society. This is why everyone it is little different, but doesn't see the purpose. You improve yourself as a personality, you improve the society. Bingo. That's all there is. But a lot of the people take the things personally. A lot of the things are going on wrong. And the new generations of people that are here right now, they don't even know how to communicate. We don't know it. They don't even know how to say good morning, sir. One elemental culture things that goes on. But it is what it is. At 8 o'clock, midheaven is going to go to Aries. That is going to be a beautiful point towards Venus and Mars. Your masculine and feminine energies, they're connecting, and it's connecting to Mercury. So basically, you have to talk to yourself about understanding about masculine and feminine. Maybe a conflict rising up, and maybe something that goes on. But how you going to proceed from that point is going to be a very interesting throughout the day. So later on at 9 o'clock, which is that's what I was seeing in the morning. Don't know why. Maybe the locations was a little different. And my report, the quick report that I did, but that's what the energies I posted in the quick report. That is it. The ascendant Venus and Lilith are right now all coming together. But that is all these energies there are in Leo. We're talking about ascendant Venus, Lilith, Mars. Okay, during this time between 9 and 10 o'clock, they're all gonna be kind of like putting these intense energies in against everything that it's going to be in Taurus in the next hour, which is going to be at 10 o'clock. And those energies they're going to be too much for some of the people. So if that was happening to you, what did you do and what did you overcome is interesting inside of you, because whatever you overcome, if you overcome all of them, you probably learned this lesson from the past year that begins everything. We're talking about Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius energies there was. This is to shake things up, to move the things up. All right, that's what this is. You to go ahead and create this movement in there, not to be so within this. I mean, the Taurus, you have to really move them there. The Leo, you have to overcome its ego. The Scorpio has to overcome its shadow. The Aquarius has to overcome its fears to become a rebel and don't fear anything. So it's all lessons within all this. It's in all, but if you did something, you create something, you probably understand what did you overcome. So here it's that 10 o'clock energies there. Midheaven is so in Taurus. We have the North Node, Jupiter, Midheaven, Uranus, Moon. I mean, those are the five astral points of energies. And on the other side, we have a Venus, Lilith, Mars, and Ascendant in there, and they're all squaring each other in some way, some reason, and somehow. I mean, this is like a 20 points of conflict. I mean, you can manage it that the feminine has problems with destiny, the feminine has problem with growth. There is a deceiver there, which is Lilith in there, but the deceptions have to happen, so clarifications can be coming in because you have to see what deception is in order what the clarity is. Be mindful about this third wheel or third energy that it's gonna be flacking around during these days, because this energy is gonna be coming in towards the feminine side, but tomorrow is gonna be with the masculine. So whatever is going on today, the masculine is gonna be facing it tomorrow. So with that being said, in that positions for just be mindful about how you perceive things, how you get this, how you get all that with those energies. Because later on, when that energy is going to be coming in into Leo, which is talking about midheaven goes into Leo, that energy is going to be repeating, and you have to work. Now you're working with the Taurus energy and the Taurus side, so basically looking the way of destiny, the way of growth, the way you're working with universe, your emotions that it's in there. While when later on you come back, you're going to be looking the other side of the issues, which is that's going to be feminine energy, masculine energies, and the deceiving energies of Lilith, maybe intimacy, sexual situations inside of it, about what is the reflect of all this. Because if you have so much sexual desire, you're screwing up your growth. If you have so much force within yourself, then guess what? You maybe screwing up your destiny in there. If you have so much feminine energies, you're too soft, then you're not grow, you're not mature. So maturity is not there. You can imagine maybe your respondings, how you're looking at within the universe in there. And that's what this Venus and Mars, they are in Leo to grow. All right, so talking about 11 o'clock, midheaven is still going to be on Taurus. That is it. Together with the moon, that is a double trines with Pluto. You review back. What did you not did to get the transformations, or what I need to do now of that consciousness within yourself? What you need to review. You may be looking at for something that you need to deeply investigate it, or deeply look inside of you of what has to be transformed. Okay, you may find a resistance that could be the resistance of Mars, and Mars is like I don't know. Lilith is approaching Mars, and he's like, I have a shadows of a doubt. I have this, I have that, and so on. And this is why that during this energies right now, be mindful who do you listen. If you going and listen a third party or something that affecting or screwing up within your mind, be mindful about this, but be mindful also for your own shadow, which is Lilith is there. That is this energy that it's like fighting over the mind to twist in your mind. You may feel energies that not belong to you. You may feel emotions that not belong to you. This could be a lower energies that comes in and telling you, hey, look at this, look at that, and so on and so on. And within yourself, there is this fight. But who is teaching you? Saturn. Life is teaching you. Saturn teaching you in a mysterious way. But now Saturn is slow down. And he's like, oh, I'm going to give you the knowledge. But before getting you this knowledge, I'm going to send you back in time. What did you learn in the past year when I was direct? What did you learn of these months when I was direct? What did you got in there? Are you really got what you're supposed to get? Did you learn everything that you get in there? And this can be a very challenges for someone because this is a slow motions. The same time, Pluto is in slow motions about this retrograde. So you might feel like these transformations and this learning, they don't come in together. But if you put the energies that are right now coming in from Venus and Mars and Leo, things can happen quick, but as long as you're doing it the right way. So at 12 o'clock midheaven, it's at 11 degrees of Gemini. That is going to be beautiful sextile with Venus, Lilith, and Mars there. That energy of Lilith is going to become more and more rapidly rising up towards Mars. Somehow she's moving very fast. Somehow she's like in hurry up. Somehow she's like zooming and it's very kind of like interesting to monitoring all these energies. Be mindful because tonight at some point Lilith and Mars can come together, and this can show you some different visions within yourself. So here is at 1 o'clock talking about the authority issues versus intuitions to change. So yeah, that is intuitions to change. Because the authority is squaring the ascendant that is at 26 degrees of Virgo, but the ascendant, that is the rising energies, those are the energies that you see up front, but you have not processed from within you. You only see it, okay? You only see informations when it's taken, only first comes in, and then that informations get processed when it goes up here. But once that energy is up here, what do you do with it? And that's what this energy is going to be, the authority when it gets there. And that authority is squaring Neptune, and that authority is square up this new energies in there. It's like, you know what, I'm not interested in this. I don't want to have this. I don't want those. But you have to operate somehow. Who's going to operate you? The moon, the intuition. The moon and Uranus, they're coming in together. They are beautiful trine with those energies. And the ascendant is beautiful trine with Pluto, which is it tells you want to fix the things, you have to look someplace else. Lack of your transformations, lack of things, you may have to transform in a different way than you used to be. And you're like, what I need to transform? What you need to transform? Your journey is your journey. And you may find out that the area of concerns could be anything within your life. That could be personal, which is 90% is. That could be a professional, that could be in the family related, that could be in so many things. But the personal always is the biggest one. So at 2 o'clock midheaven, it goes within Cancer. That's going to be the focus within the family there. The ascendant, actually, that it's in Libra right now, is bringing that daily peace and balance energy to balance all this from within you, to tell you everything's going to be okay. Everything is going to be right. You do not have to have all those energy situations and so on from within you. And you have to look inside of you. What is the balance look like when you go through these transformations there? So picture Pluto is down in the bottom. He's got these beautiful trines towards Mercury, and he's got these beautiful trines to the rising energies of the ascendant, and they're all going towards Venus, Lilith, and Mars. So as you see it, the balance is made when you have balance within your own energies. But those energies are coming through communications. Those energies coming through the desire to have the balance. And they're happening in the earth for cardinal change and reasons. Maybe you should get these positions or use your spirituality to get the job that you're looking for. It's a beautiful energy on that way, if you do things the right way. So at 3 o'clock, the midheaven goes in Cancer. It's going to be opposing Pluto. The ascendant still is going to be helping during this time. I believe that like was about 3:30 energies there. Let me see what. Yeah, 3:40, 3:37, 3:33. So it's going to begin at 3 o'clock and 33 minutes. for those who get divine time energies there. Ascendant at 26 degrees, it is in a very beautiful yacht there, which is the tip of the yacht. So basically, God shows you here that's what the balance is, that's what the energies is. How you going to process within yourself, that is entirely up to you. So that is another yacht that's going to be made, within 2 o'clock energies. That is it with the moon and Neptune. But the moon and Neptune on sextile right now. And those energies of the intuitions, you to use your intuitions, you to look there. But at the same time, the ascendant, that is the 26 degrees, is in trine with the sun. So the sun is going to see that authority of the divine that comes in. The moon is participating in that divine energies. So it's Neptune. What is the issue? Transformations. That is it, the issue. You need to work on it. And midheaven, there it's 0 degrees of Leo. It is opposing Pluto. That is right now in Capricorn. So is Venus, so is Lilith there. But these divine energies are coming, they're working, they're showing you what it is the process you have to do from yourself. All right, have to adjust this a little bit so I can catch up hour by hour. There you go. 4 o'clock midheaven, it's with that energies that we talk about. So between 4 and I would say 4:30, it's gonna be this fireball there. You're dealing with those energies later on. We will talk about that the ascendant Mars, Venus, Lilith, they're going to be facing off the North Node, the Jupiter, Uranus, midheaven, and the Moon. Challenges of balance. But what is the imbalance? It is the questions. Well, the imbalance is coming from what? The imbalance is coming in because you're not feeling that you're in the right time, in the right place of what you should be. You may be deserving more. You may be need more. You may be looking at it. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. And now you're looking at the situations, what you have to get in there. Now, midheaven together with Venus and Lilith, it is triple divine energies from Saturn. So Saturn's telling you, look inside. Look what you have in there. So all this is have a square with the ascendant at 1 degrees of Scorpio, and at the same time it's got a square with North Node and Jupiter. That thing begins to be expressing itself. It's too much. It's kind of like it begins to feel the heat with all this. So talking about this energy there, you're going to be experiencing about, I believe, was somewhere around 4:30ish, when this energy was very much alive and active there. Because it's going to take like in a moment, it's going to be coming like waves. And that waves, first of all, is going to be, let's say, at around 425 there, when at the midheaven it's at 13 degrees. So picture this. This is a 9 degrees Venus, 11 degrees Lilith, 13 degrees midheaven, and 15 degrees Mars. And those energies trigger the rising energies of the ascendant. But looking at with this, the ascendant that is at 6 degrees of Scorpio is also squaring this energy. So it's Pluto, but there is a divine energy towards Mercury. Who's going to talk to you? That duality that it's creating within the Gemini. You're going to be looking at what is the challenges? Why you don't have the balance that you had previously at there? What's going on? Can you maintain it? It is that your responsibility. You can take from within you, but you're not responsible for the balance of other people. Hey, Matthew, thank you for coming in. I don't know when you came into the chat, but thank you for coming in. And looking at them, those energies, you need to understand we began to learn those energies last year. That was a kind of like a energy of when Pluto is preparing to move to Aquarius. And we're going to be dealing with these energies that every time this Pluto moves in Aquarius, goes in and goes out in the next 2 years until permanently moves into Aquarius. Even after that, everything that goes on in Leo, that is the direct oppositions, those is going to be the things that you have to work on it. So, like it or not, in the next 20 plus years, those energies are going to be coming in, coming in, coming in, and coming in. Every time with one of these personal planets, we're talking about the moon, Mercury, the sun, Venus, Lilith, Mars, or Chiron goes in there, North Node goes through this, all those points in there. Every day transitioning through Leo, or they are going in through Taurus or Scorpio, they're going to be squaring that Pluto in there. This is going to be the issues that you have to look. Don't take him like a problems. Don't take him like a drama. Take him like an opportunity. You to embrace that Aquarius energies within yourself and kick in a higher gear to change. Because every time this thing goes on, if you didn't do the work is going to ask you constantly to change. You're not doing this divine masculine energies right now. It's going to repeat the next year and the next year after. Look at these divine feminine energies, they're going to work on that. You're not working on your spiritual intuitions, it's going to be working on your spiritual intuitions in there. You think you have the authority over the universe is going to crap out of you. The sun, when it goes in and transiting through Leo, God bless your souls. If you have an ego authority, he's going to be over there, just like, oh, you don't want to transform, really? That's what's called in the army, breaking down, breaking your authority, breaking your personality, your ego down to rebuild you back up. But now there is no army, there's a universe, and you're trying to fight it. Your life, it doesn't go right way. The life, which is Saturn, is going to tell you there is more mysteries in life than you think. You're not one with nature and the universe. You're wrong. You are. And let me show you this. But to people who's going to be listening to this, they're okay. They have no problem, no situations, no things like that. But the people who do not, oh boy, wish them good luck. And hopefully Matthew agrees with me since you're here. But talking about those intense energies, they're going to be keep repeating itself, and specifically around 10 minutes till 5, these energies, since the midheaven moves to 19 degrees of Leo, that's a 4:49 p.m. New York time there, you're going to see how these energies from within yourself, they just put pressures in your brain. Just be mindful, be thoughtful, stay in your present and look at it, because the issues, the problems telling you the area of growth, the area of concern, and not like, oh my God. Okay, don't be panic. If you can't do it now, there is a room for it. There is a lot of energies that are going to be coming in and work on this. Okay, so it's the same energy about 5 o'clock is going to be. All right. So ever since that these energies are coming, they are going to be trigger all this. And thank God that right now we have a Saturn that it's in Pisces. We're getting these divine energies that are teaching us. We have those divine energies that are coming. So it's pretty good. It's perfect. At some point, you're going to see when the sun is going to keep coming out and transitioning with these energies within Cancer. There's going to be this yacht between Pluto and Neptune at some point. You're going to find those. But you'll see it. Okay? All right. So at 6 o'clock midheaven, it's going to Libra, to Virgo, I'm sorry, and ascendant is at 26 degrees of Scorpio. There is a divine energies with the sun. there that energy is going to be giving you that everything that happens is divine authority. Okay, you have to look in the shadow. Is the shadow is afraid of divine authority? It is your shadow that it's fear you to become spiritual, or is you? You have a weak mind within yourself because the mind is processing everything that you're gonna put in. If you put the shadow in the control, you're probably gonna go back into the old ways. I mean, that could be a lustful situation, drug situations, alcohol, and so on, because you can't take it, right? But if you look inside, on the other side, there is a the soul who says, like, you don't need all those. Where are you going? You gotta listen to your soul, and that is gonna be these transformations from within you, looking into the shadow, because that's what the ascendant is. It shows you what the situations are in there in the underworld to find the truth. Because Scorpio, you like Scorpio. God bless your soul. You don't want to be liked by, you know, let me tell you, if you have something in Scorpio, be mindful about this, because Scorpio is the highest form. This is the person who works at Secret Service, who finds the lies, who digs in there, okay? Digs into the secrets. But at the same time, Scorpio is the most secretive zodiac sign, together with Pisces in there. Having current intense energy for ascendant moves through Scorpio. Yes, those energies, they are very matter. They are very intense when the ascendant moves through Scorpio, and I explain it to why. But those intense energies, they're more getting intense when the midheaven is in Scorpio in the late afternoon, but the most people are sleeping at that time, which is good. Okay, but talking about this is the most people, they see the vision. They see the vision. The issue is here. They see this issue in there, and they're reacting right away. Within the ascendant and ascendant and Scorpio, it is about like, oh, I see the crap, I'll see the BS, I'll see what it was hidden, and so on. And they're reacting immediately. What you should be looking at in there, it's like, okay, all right, I have things that I need to work on it, because that's what the midheaven is. I have personal things, but I see this, I need to work on that. Let me give myself time to understand all this. But usually the people hurry up to do the things they see instead of working on the current present moment of time. And this is why the correlations of the ascendant is there, is to give you a time to process what you see, to give this time, these few hours of situations that you're going to be look for it. And that is the time that, looking at the 6 o'clock, and later on we're talking about 10, 11, 12. You may be at 10, 11, and 12 o'clock during the midnight when the midheaven is in Scorpio. Maybe you should sit down, look at it within yourself. Maybe you should now look at it, research on the YouTube about the issues, the shadow, the things that you're hiding in there, how you to overcome there. There's a lot of help in the internet. You can get a spiritual, you can get astrologer, you can get tarot to some of you. You can get all these energies. You may get someone who had the same experience as you do, but he shows up how to overcome your issue. All you have to do is how to overcome blah, blah, blah. And you go ahead and do the work. You're going to be looking at someone who tells you, hey, you got that yes in the shadow. This is how you do it. And this is how I succeed. If that's what this is. But yeah, during the ascendant, that is the rising energy, and the people feeling that rising energy. But great observations. Yes. So 7 o'clock midheaven, it's going to be at Virgo at 26 degrees. That's going to be squaring the sun. The authority there is going to be opposing Neptune, and the sun is squaring Neptune. That is a lot of Neptunizations. This can be actually calling for, let me go to this club, or let me call to the escort service, or let me go have some little bit of good stuff in there, or let me go get a bottle of Jack. You guys know what I'm talking about, but if you overcome this, if you overcome this situation, especially if you are within your masculine energies, Mars right now, it is a beautiful trines with the ascendant there. It's at 8 degrees there, so it's Venus and Lilith are with that. But there is a divine energies with the North Node and Jupiter. And you're gonna see your destiny there when you overcome your own demons from within you. Very beautiful energies, but the midheaven, because it's in Virgo, that is a beautiful trines with 29 degrees of Pluto, and Pluto right now supporting the moon and Mercury, talking about self-talk from within yourself. So it's so important what you're going to tell yourself during this. Are you going to self-healing yourself? Are you going to stop yourself with this? Because the rising energy of the ascendant, they're also opposing Mercury and the moon. It is like, that typical Sag situations. The guy who is in the club and he's the king and he's like, I got everything under control. Do you? You only make yourself to be so much creating interest so you can get energies through you. But Saturn is squaring the ascendant, and Saturn is squaring the moon. It's squaring Mercury. You're not doing anything. You're just running away from the true work that you need to work on yourself. For some, that's how it's going to be. So, talking about 8 o'clock p.m., between 7 and 8, there's going to be some interesting moments because that's going to be this balance energy there. Talking about 7:40. So that energy is going to be between North Node, Jupiter, and Saturn, but at the same time, Saturn is with Venus. We're talking about these balancing situations that is beautiful. Am I expecting that? Because you understand that balance. Once you overcome, you're facing your demons, you do that. But Neptune is going to be opposing Neptune on 27 degrees of Pisces. It is going to be opposing these midheaven situations in Libra. Some is not going to find this balance. They're going to feel it, but they don't know what it's coming. What is the purpose? What is the reasons for it? Because your destiny is calling you for that balance. Your growth is calling you for that balance. Saturn, who is in divine energies with Venus, that goes to the teacher is calling for that balance. The life is calling you for that balance. Your transformations is calling you for that balance. So is your communications, your intuitions is calling for that balance. But there is going to be, you have to look in there. And currently the ascendant at 15 degrees of Sag, it is opposing the sun. And the sun is squaring Neptune. Where is your authority? Your ego authority in there within yourself. You have to learn to self-contain against that authority that has been screwing up your life. And talking about this energies, there about 8 o'clock, that energy is going to be a little different. It's going to be calmed down, but there is going to be a 3 sextiles from the midheaven. That is going to be the balance between what? Venus, Lilith, and Mars. Currently, they are at 9 degrees, 27 minutes. Then it's Venus. Lilith is 12 degrees, 12 minutes. As you see it, she's moving fast. I mean, fast. And Mars is at 15 degrees, 19 minutes. But this midheaven energies of Libra is going to begin in this balance. It's like you three have to find a common ground. Okay? So be mindful about situations with lust, but enjoy the intimacy and this time that makes this balance. But there is difference between lust and intimacy. How you figure this out? You already know within yourself what that brings. If it brings you peace in your soul, good. If it doesn't, you understand. The physical attractions never does the things. So later on at the 8:30, that energy is going to become the midheaven. It's going to have divine energies with Uranus there. That's going to begin to trigger things. And the ascendant is going to have divine energies with the moon there. It's already moving pretty much almost out of Taurus there. Ascendant is at 29 degrees, so is the moon. It's going to be this divine intervention. It's like, okay, let's move from this Taurus situations. Let's move from this material thinking, material situations, and I have to look the friendshipness. So in the next 2.5 days, you're going to be looking at the friendshipness. You're going to look what the friendshipness is. Your emotions is going to be, but we're also going to have a new moon there at Gemini. What are you going to learn with this? Because later on, we are going to have to face this full moon that the sun is going to be in Cancer, but the moon is going to be in Capricorn. So the lesson begins as a friendshipness in there, which is in Gemini, but you going to be ending later on with the new moon in Cancer. But the oppositions of that lesson is going to be what? Family and work. Are you friends and family with your work? Or your friends and family within your family? What is your conflict there? What are the situations are there? It's going to be interesting, you men. Very interesting. All right, so at 9 o'clock, there's going to be a yacht right now, mate. That's going to be between the moon and Neptune. There's going to be these divine energies for this balance there. The midheaven is 27 degrees of Libra. Ascendant is at 3 degrees of Capricorn. It's opposing the sun there, the authority. Some people, they don't like the authority of the boss, the authority of the situations. And be mindful of that authority, because that authority, which is that what Capricorn represents in there, that authority is a beautiful trines with the North Node and Jupiter. But that midheaven at 27 degrees right now, it's begin to opposing this. And in the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes, in there, you're going to see. But you see what it's right, what it's wrong. And you have this energy of what we call making the call from within you. I see the bad, I see the ugly. I know what, if I do this, what's going to happen, and I know what this is going to happen. But I also see how to resolve the conflict. Libra, resolving conflicts. That's what the midheaven at Libra is. And later on, talking about it, 10 o'clock, that's going to be exactly that moment. There, Matthew, if you still, you can go look at it at 10 o'clock, 10:05 actually. Take a look at that midheaven of Scorpio that I was talking about. That is that energy of the people they should take a look more seriously. Because right now, midheaven, it's got a square towards Venus, Lilith, and Mars at the same time. And that energy is going to test them out. What are you guys not doing to be in that balance? So first of all, it shows you how the balance and the good things is when it's in Libra, with that sextiles with all those three. But after that, when that energy goes in a Scorpio, it's like, okay, you guys showing up this intense energy, but let's see. What is the things you hide under the rock? What is hidden within your spells? And those are three parts of the personality in there that are gonna be. And usually that is one of the people find a lot of things, but life is teaching them. Because the only energy that helps on that midheaven right now is Saturn. Saturn is a good with what? Divine energies with Venus. You gotta love this process of this purge, of the seeking, of diving in the shadow, digging up the dirt out, because after I clean up the dirt out, there is actually you in there. You have this chest of goodness that you never opened because you never cleaned the mess from it yourself. You to see how good you are. All right, so talking about 11 o'clock, this 11 o'clock energies is going to be also intense because midheaven at 28 degrees of Scorpio is going to be opposing Mercury, Moon, and Uranus. At the same time, the ascendant is going to begin to opposing Mars, Lilith, and Venus, including with the energies of Pluto. And those energies are going to be helping at the same time because the ascendant that is in Aquarius is a very beautiful energies with Pluto towards the Moon and Mercury. The importance what you're telling yourself. And the most important is that Mercury is sextiling Venus, talking to the divine feminine energies right now. Talking to you. Are you a masculine? You're understanding these divine talks that the feminine has within themselves. The question is are you going to do it? So that's what it is. If any of you have a questions, guys, let me know. If not, that's what it was, the talk today about the energies. And come back tomorrow for another astro-gravitational talk, guys. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you have a great day, guys. Good luck.